Hi guys,
Hello people.
I'm Milena.
I'm Lola.
And we're watching Sopranos.
I didn't actually think this was an introduction. We just started, so kind of took me off guard. I was like, is this practice?
We went from the beginning.
I what?
We went from the beginning.
No, I think we should keep it. Even though we what?
We lied.
About?
Our names.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Sophia.
Sometimes it slips up and we just have to use our real names.
I would love, do you know what I would love to say, just all of a sudden suddenly start introducing ourselves as Sophia and Jessica with, I mean, why?
This is only funny to us, but you don't understand, like we did this is Soprano audience.
No, they don't.
I feel like 80% of them are like, what are you even talking about now?
Yeah, but like imagine them.
We always talk.
Yeah, I know, but like imagine them comments down there being like, oh my god, I can't believe Sophia did this, and they really think I'm Sophia.
People call me Laura a lot.
Laura, do you like that name?
I mean, I don't mind the name. But
I like that name.
It's not my name. My name is Jessica. But, sometimes I hear Laura. Maybe it's the way I pronounce Lola.
What names do you like for your kids?
I don't know. I like longish names.
Really?
I think it's because I had a short name. I don't know. I like long.
I always liked the short names. Okay.
Hello.
How are you over from the beginning? Sopranos, guys. We have a film for 10 days. We forgot how to do that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Sir. That's a joke you don't know.
Sir.
You don't understand.
Cheese.
Yes, because like
What's a cheese?
I was on sea or ocean.
Okay.
In Portugal this summer, and I was drunk.
Oh.
You know, and I was at the restaurant for the lunch. You know, we came to eat some pizza, and the guy was like, "Oh, how do you say cheese in Serbian?" You know. and I said, "Sir," and he said, "Well, sir." And I said, "Sir."
I don't know if it's worth it to repeat it because it's not like cheers. It's not sir, but cheese. It's sir. Did he say cheese or did you just go with cheese?
I was drunk and didn't understand. He said cheers, of course. Well, let's continue. Or start.
Do we just start from the beginning, guys?
Okay.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Yes.
Let's go again.
Hi, guys.
Hello, people.
I'm Milena.
Lola.
And we're watching Sopranos.
Episode 7.
Very excited. We haven't watched
I missed it so much.
Maybe 10 days.
Something like that.
Today we're only watching one episode, so today is not a good
tragedy.
day. Today is like a regular...
Boring day.
I mean, not boring. We're watching Sopranos.
Yeah,
so like
fun.
It's fun.
We have gone back to therapy sessions. This is what we have done in the... we watched the previous 2 together, so I'm not sure in which episode we came back to therapy, but we did. Again, those are some of my favorite scenes of the show.
We talk about it every single time.
Literally, just whenever we come to those scenes, I am so invested.
Especially because again, of course, it makes sense. I think Tony's character develops a bit, and we find out things that small. It can be small, it can be big, it can be important or not, but things about him. And of course, those are my favorite scenes where when we get deeper and deeper into his character.
Again,
and that's why therapy sessions are so interesting. Again, it's also the fact that
he's such a
yes, but
kind of like an enigma, but he's not. It's
not
just it's difficult to put some things, I think, into words. Why he is processing things the way that he is and how he is dealing with them. So just the therapy sessions help us as much as it helped them.
Yes. Also, I find therapy very interesting as a concept. That is also one of the reasons why I find therapists and their profession very interesting. How they separate.
I know, that was always so fascinating.
That's fucking interesting.
But I mean, we talked about that. We had a high school class that was psychology, and it was so fascinating, and I loved it. And I just very early on knew that this is not something that I could ever do because I feel I would get too. I could not separate. There is no way that I could separate. I feel I'm an empathic person. When my friends come to me and if they start crying, I start crying as well. Imagine me as a therapist. Anyone starts coming to me with problems, I would cry with them. If they start crying, me too. I feel like I would honestly be useless.
I honestly don't
as a
know.
therapist.
Like, I don't know. That was I actually wanted to go down that path.
I know.
I was very close. I think we should not decide about our futures when we're 18.
Oh my God, I agree.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that's too young for
Same.
something that big.
I wish someone told me that's not a thing that we do in Serbia, like to take just like a gap year or 2 or 3 or whatever. We don't do that here. It's like you finish high school, go into college. No, like if I have kids, I'm like, take a year off.
Yeah,
think about this.
Exactly. I think it's a very big decision, and like your whole life depends on it. Like, and I, as a kid, was not mature enough to even think about those things. I don't know how to explain it, but like, and I was thinking about psychology. Just like I think people convinced me that like there is no money in it or something like that. The reason why I didn't go is because like I think like my mom, like people around me influenced me. I'm not saying that like I regretted it or anything like that. I much rather prefer watching TV, or something like that. But like I just think I think I enjoyed it. I was very interested in it, and like I don't know if I would be good at it or like I honestly think
I love like how I chose my university is in high school. We went to the psychologist for like basically evaluating you for your college, and she was like looking basically at my interests and grades, and she was like, "Why don't you roll it to University of Mathematics?" I was like, "Sure." And suddenly I'm enrolled to University of Mathematics.
Interesting.
That's what I mean. Don't give kids these
exactly. But yeah, I just think I find that profession very interesting. But like I think you are taught things. Like you are taught how to separate, but like we see that Melfi is blurring the lines with her client, which is also very interesting.
Like that's so fascinating to me. Like something that I didn't necessarily think they were gonna, explore when we just started the show. Like afterwards, yes, but like before that, I didn't think they were gonna delve deep into her as a person as well. And I just love that so much. We also I can't remember his name so far, but like the guy with longish hairs from Italy came as well, and he is like our Furio. Oh my God, yes, like furious. He is our, how do I call it, muscle.
Yeah.
Like he is very fucking violent, and he's gonna do the dirty work, I guess. I feel like he could be an interesting character as well. I wonder how he's gonna fit in. Was it not clear from this? How he's gonna fit into our group. And I mean, as always, I just can't wait to see Carmela, honestly. I was just traveling with my sister. We went to Malta, and I guess there was someone there that was important whose name was Carmelo, because like on a lot of places there was like Carmelo, and every time I'm like Carmela,
baby girl,
Carmela. There was not a day there was not thinking about Carmela.
Okay, guys,
let's
watch. Let's play the episode and see.
That was.
He wasn't that close to you. What?
That was not. That makes more sense. That makes so much more sense.
Holy shit.
Grounded. How old are you to drive a car?
In fact, I was about to say Scott, but yes, William. Chris. Now I expect to see Chris.
Oh my God, I love her outfit.
I like her look. You know what I mean?
Christopher said you're shooting a movie. That must be so interesting. This is the first project I brought in to John. Who's John?
John Favreau. She's head of his development. I told you that.
So, when do we get to read this opus?
I flushed it a long time ago.
Remember what I told you on the phone?
It's a very sad
Stories are
moment.
always hot.
You should have learned to keep your mouth shut. Hey, Bridget Tuttle boy, chill out.
Oh?
Yeah.
Let's go try that show. It's cool. Put those clothes. You in the fucking Addams family? If I was Greg, I wouldn't allow it. Hey, look at you. You look like a fucking woman, not a bellhop.
bro.
If I was him, I wouldn't allow
He's
it.
also a writer. You should show him your script.
You can suck my dick. That swings too.
You should not be allowed to have a girlfriend until you grow up.
That's really rubbed you the wrong way.
I love movies, but I just want to be a player. I don't want to fuck around with all this other shit. You have a copy? Hey, Jan, I told you, I'm not
I
interested.
believe in you.
I really wonder how that script is that he wrote. Hi, my pretty girl.
It wasn't my fault. You stole my car. Where's the trust in this house? When I get confirmed, I'm gonna be a man. So how come I can't drive? You could have killed those girls. Now that would have been interesting. What? What did you just say? Death just shows the ultimate absurdity of life.
What is this?
Oh my god, he's that
Are you
age.
trying to get me to lose
Oh.
my temper because I'm about to put you through that goddamn window?
See? That's what I mean. Life is absurd. Don't say that. God forgive you. There is no God.
Hey!
Where is this coming from?
What are they teaching this crap at school?
Hello? You gotta sign this stranger.
Oh.
Must be an educated person? What do you think education is? You just make more money? This is education.
But
Madame
what?
de Stael said, in life one must choose between boredom and suffering.
What grade is he in? We had to read
What
The
do you
Stranger in
want?
like second grade of high school.
I'm serious. Why were we born? We were born because of Adam and Eve, that's why. Algebra? That's the most boring.
Well, your other choice is suffering. You want to start now?
Look at them.
Move your ass!
They're so funny.
Sometimes, Toast, you don't act like a guy that's facing 30 to life for selling H.
Come on, don't get heavy with me. So he's sitting there and he asks me, if there's no God, why was I born? He tells me he's got no purpose.
And how'd you answer him?
Don't, it costs about 150 grand to bring him up so far, so he's got no purpose, I want to fucking read.
I agree with Anthony Jr. about that.
You can't put shit back in the donkey. Boys will be boys. It's other crap. But that's not normal.
Adolescent angst is very normal. You never went through it?
I think he's still going through it.
For that shit?
How is your mother?
She's dead to me.
And how's Anthony Jr. been taking it? Sounds to me like Anthony Jr. may have stumbled onto existentialism.
Fucking internet.
No. It's a European philosophy. After World War II, people were disillusioned by the sheer weight of the horrors. And that's when the whole idea took root that there were no absolute truths.
You believe that?
In your family, even motherhood is up for debate.
No, it's not. I teach him to love and respect and appreciate his money.
What about your mother? Anthony, I think it's important we talk about your mother and what she tried to do to you.
Don't need to.
Look at him.
He's a kid.
Has
Yeah.
Anthony Jr. heard you say she's dead to me?
I don't know.
I think
Well,
he
Don't
did.
you think that kind of talk could lead a kid to embrace these ideas?
Oh, so now this is my fault.
No. When some people first realize that they're solely responsible for their decisions, actions, and beliefs, and that death lies at the end of every road, they can be overcome with intense dread, a dull, aching anger that leads them to conclude that the only absolute truth is death.
He's like, yeah.
I think the kid's onto something.
He's dealing with that as well.
John, this is Christopher.
Yes, there's the guy from Friends.
Just kicked ass. Thanks. Thank you.
There's the
Yeah.
Monica's
Yeah.
billionaire boyfriend.
What were you doing before you started writing for Los Angeles?
John, this is Christopher.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you, but you're the guy from Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Very, very cool.
Well, I mean, is there anything other than bitch?
Christopher?
Yeah.
What?
Let that one call that one Bukiak.
That sounds more interesting.
I don't know what that means.
What?
Bukiak. I mean, she's from Brooklyn.
That sounds okay.
Okay, let's roll.
What do you mean? What does
What
it
do you
mean?
mean? Yes.
Cut. I like that.
But like, why don't you just agree to that without knowing what it means? Oh my god, Chris is gonna feel... Where is his story
I
gonna
don't
go?
know because I'm gonna hate it because like
Now it seems like...
this is so cool. This girl is so cute.
Action!
Well, like, she likes him now because like he was powerful.
Okay.
That's moving that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, she
You know,
found that
no God
attractive.
shit. Upset your mother very much.
He's not no God. God is dead.
Who said that?
Nietzsche. He's a 19th century philosopher from Germany.
She knows that even if God is dead, you're still gonna kiss his ass.
God.
You should, I think, have a different approach.
Coconut slice. Which is totally understandable. Listen, ever since Amy told me about you, I thought maybe we could work together. You know, like, you could tell me the way shit goes down, you know, like what makes sense, what people really say, you know what I mean? Gallo, I was like 3 years old when he got whacked. Yeah, but speech patterns. I mean, you saw Swingers. Whatever you think of that motherfucker, man, it's like, you could tell it's extremely important to me how people really talk. You know, like that Bouquet thing. How could I forget that fucking thing? I mean, I grew up right in Queens. Guess it is a long time ago.
Yeah, you wouldn't be betraying any oath thing.
Holy fucking shit, that thing is still alive? If I told you 15 years ago that she was a piece of ass, would you believe me?
What?
Come on, man, we're just talking, man. Wise guy friend of mine fucking kill me if he knew I told you.
This is the information that they want, that they're gonna use
Main guy, right?
for
Got the
movies.
most discriminating eye when it comes to TNA. He's at a club one night. This broad's all over him. And she's got a really
Maybe
nice
that's what she
body.
looked at him, because like he's in the
Yeah.
mob
Outside, they walk
and he's
over.
gonna
It's picnic ground, right?
be good information.
He's about to shoot his load. He reaches down, you know, and starts fingering.
Gun?
Undoes the skirt, reaches in, grabs hold of a goddamn prick. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Crying game.
So my friend, right, he can't let this story get out. He wants to humiliate the freak as much as he was humiliated. So he gets this fucking acid, you know? Burns everything. He pours it on her arms, on her face, everywhere. Her prick. That's one bad motherfucker. But that's how good looking this broad used to look. Had this wise guy friend of mine totally fooled.
Who the fuck is that friend of yours?
God.
I was distracted and hear Fleetwood Mac play in the background. Who fucking threw acid in her face? What the fuck is wrong with them? I mean, what am I talking about? Let's like forget
Literally,
the
they
world
know
that they're
what-
in.
Exactly.
Those pathetic fucking people.
Anthony, what were you thinking?
Yeah, so I didn't want to be with him. And if you gotta use a belt, go ahead. He's bombing out in school. You got a C, 3 D's and an F.
Connecting Tony with Anthony Jr. and like what they're going through just like shows you how much Tony has not grown up and is still like really stuck.
Why didn't you call?
We were only there for like half an hour, and then him and Amy wanted me to give him kind of like a tour around Jersey.
Girl, break up.
Elbow up, Mac.
She keeps wanting to help him with his like work and he is...
Fuck him. I said don't hit sacrifice.
I don't know what he brings into this relationship.
You're up next. Still wants to write his purpose.
That's not what Nick says.
Oh, Nietzsche. Did you see if Amy Safi is in?
Hey,
You know if he read my script yet?
I have your script, Christopher.
So what'd you think about it?
About what?
My script. I love movies. I started with the dialogue, but then you gotta find a conflict and tell the story in picture arcs.
It's got some real heart, some good raw emotion in it. You should probably try and finish it. Here, sit. I'll show you. Okay. See, I was thinking.
They're not even gonna get to the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I have no clue where Christopher... Oh my god. I haven't seen her for a bit.
Hey, Grandma.
Oh.
You woke me.
It's me, Anthony Jr.
You never come to see me.
I've been busy.
Everybody's busy. And don't lie to me. I know your father forbids your coming down here.
I took Mom's car to the garage and it got wrecked.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Was it bad?
Uncle Pussy already fixed it.
Did you wear your safety belt?
What's the purpose?
Of what?
Being here on our planet.
Why does everything have to have a purpose? The world is a jungle. And if you want my advice, Anthony, don't expect happiness. You won't get it. People let you down. And I'm not naming any names. But in the end, you die in your own arms.
You mean alone?
It's all a big nothing. What makes you think you're so special?
Poor Anthony. No one is helping him in this episode.
I took an acting class once,
Oh, yeah? Yeah, how'd it go for you?
but I didn't need it.
Oh, yeah.
No, you need
I
therapy.
figured out, as far as movies go, I want to be a player, not an actor. You strapped right now? Strapped, huh?
Fuck.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
fucking Christ, watch out, man.
God, Chris.
You ever, have I ever what?
Yes,
You know.
he has.
About what? I'm not gonna answer unless you ask. No, it's cool.
God, he is so easy to get caught.
That's cool. Oh, come on. Come on, Rocky. Come on, Rocky. Come on. Ask me. Did I what? Did I what? Have I ever what? Come on, come on. Let's go on. What? Just take it back. Just take it back. Wow, come on, your money. Come on, your money. Did I ever what? Come on. Hey, now. Fuck. Here we go, your money. Did I ever what? Did I ever what? Money, what? Well, you know, like Frankie? Yeah, I know Frankie. He's my fucking leader man. Kind of like a contradictory character.
This is interesting.
In a good way, you know, like complex. You think you should wear those tabs on the shoes? Yeah, now see, that's the question I was going to ask you. They sound cool. They're his trademark, but in the hit against Rocco, somebody's going to hear him walking on the roof. In this script, in all scripts, really, it begs to show more of the author in it. Your life, your vision. The roof is soft top. The roof is soft top.
He doesn't want his script, he wants
go blind sooner, and then you can smell the tar on Frankie's shoes, and then he knows that his son's the killer. Holy fuck, that's fucking great! That Frankie's gotta put one in his old man's head. Blam! Then another one. Blam! Mwah! Fucking brilliant.
I don't know what to say.
Interesting. He came that like he kills his father.
Spent all day with my best friend Anna, making out her bridesmaids' dresses.
Oh my god, they're like friends with?
All the flowers coming into bloom. I would love to be a June bride.
Yeah, here's your June groom.
I fucking hope not.
I heard they fired the produce guy.
Enough! I'm so sick and
Yeah, well, we hired a new one.
Food. That's all anybody ever talks about is prosciutto, cheese, and fucking fava beans. I'm drowning here.
Jesus Christ, take it easy.
We're not even engaged yet.
When you're married, you'll understand the importance of fresh produce.
Fuck the importance. Oh!
Oh my god, girl, I'm gonna break up with him for you.
I tried so hard to be supportive with his art and with getting his screenplay made.
His screenplay?
Oh god.
You think I'm wearing a wire in God's house? Actually, yes. We don't care so much about the service as the party right after, at Tony's house.
You miserable motherfucker, I'm the kid's sponsor. Well, who the fuck is sponsoring you, motherfucker?
You want shagging of the skinny baby? Oh, fuck. Fuck me. Cousin. We'll figure something out. Come on.
I'm not a terrible person.
Amy, get back here.
Like, does she just now remember that she has some point? And suddenly she's like, oh my god. He's not even thinking about Adriana. Crazy Joe. You're the crazy Joe.
Fucking shit.
What is it?
His words.
Yeah.
Hey, he used it. What, just because he gave me that tar smell idea? I could have come up with that.
What?
A friend of mine, Stone Wise guy, John used his whole fucking story. The she-male in the acid, it's all here. This is Joey Cipollini's fucking story.
No character named Cipollini.
Forget it. You can't put that in there. The fuck you talking about?
You said your wise guy friend was at a swing set. This guy gets his dick sucked to the Statue of Liberty.
Don't you understand where I come from? I explained it how many times?
I don't want you coming in there when I'm in here.
Yeah, well, the only goddamn mirror with any good light is in there.
Give me a fucking mirror.
Jesus!
I'm gonna take all the women in the show and divorce them from their husbands/boyfriends.
Now, you stupid bitch. You cannot use that story.
What are you talking about?
My script.
Christopher, based on Mickey Blue Eye's first weekend foreign, there's a wait-and-see attitude towards mafia-related projects right now, so we're gonna have to pass.
Did John say that? Are those his words?
Chris, it was wrong with us and Greg and all that.
I really like it.
Fuck you.
Fucking D-girl.
Excuse me, I'm a vice president.
What is D-girl?
Fucking asshole.
Like someone easy, like D Dick. I don't know. Do you think he put on the wire or not?
Oh yeah.
And what?
I heard we won't be bothering anymore for my neighbor Weiss job.
No neighbor of mine.
What'd you hear on that?
Tell me, we're out of ice in here.
I guess he has the wire. Also, even if like
I
clearly
do
no one
think he has
speaks
the
to
wire.
you. Yeah, but I don't know, like if he was hesitant
Freaked
about putting
out?
it. He was hesitant about putting it on for this, but like I mean he did. But again, like they're not telling him anything anymore.
Yeah.
You two, get out of here.
What kind of animal smokes marijuana at his own confirmation?
I don't know.
Enough with you, I don't know.
What are y'all not mean for? Even Grandma says the world has no purpose.
Get inside right now and join your guests.
No one's helping him here.
God.
Like no one is. I mean, they're acting like how I would expect parents to
Yeah,
act. Like
yeah,
I
I
don't
think so,
expect people have like the emotional maturity to
You don't want to know.
know how to deal with this.
Kids down in the garage getting high.
I was 16 years old, and my kid sister Nucci, she had the spinal meningitis, and she was in the hospital. And your father, he was the only one. He came with me every day.
He sat by her bed.
I was down there waiting online for a hamburger when she passed away.
He did all these great things. Then, before it was my dad, and I was just an asshole.
Hey! Your father would catch a bullet for you. Don't you ever forget that.
Uncle Pussy? What's the matter?
It seems like it would be more difficult for him to be an informant as he is than like for maybe other people.
Where the fuck you been?
Sorry, AJ.
I got one son and you missed his confirmation ceremony?
I figure with all my sins, I don't want the church caving in on him.
Hey!
No.
I want to go back in there and be with my guests. Exactly 10 minutes I'm going to look up. If you're not here, I'm going to assume that you went to look for whatever the fuck it is that's calling you out there. And then I will never see you again. If you are still here, then I'm going to assume that you got no other desire in the world but to be with me. And your actions will show me that every fucking second of every fucking day.
Like even when they were in Italy, he was like talking all excited about all the places he has to go to, and all he did was lay in the room and get high.
Yo, where's the Godfather?
God.
Like I'll be afraid that he's gonna kill himself. Do we come to you a day after? Sure.
Yes. Is this gonna be the worst review ever?
Maybe. Let's see. You don't understand that like we didn't have time to film yesterday. And now we also don't have time to film the review.
15 minutes.
And I have right now locked my sister and my friend in the kitchen, and my father is also coming. And I'm gonna lock him in the kitchen
for
as
this
well,
video.
for us to be able to film.
Exactly.
So
Fun.
fortunately not enough time, but I think we can I feel like the episode was pretty straightforward actually.
The main part of the episode I think was Chris.
God,
like
Chris.
that was.
I have so many. I'm not even sure what I feel towards Chris. It's difficult to watch someone like him, just because he somehow does everything. I'm not gonna say against himself, but like there's so many. He doesn't help himself. You know, like he is really his own worst enemy, and he just does not know how to function in life. He feels very frustrating. He is not a good person. He is not a good boyfriend. He's
a horrible boyfriend.
Horrifying. Like I want Adriana to run for the fucking hills.
That's the point that like I'm getting out of this episode, is that I'm wondering where her story is gonna go.
Me too.
Like, is her story constantly gonna be around Chris?
I don't think so, because again I feel like we keep coming back for this. Like, if I knew two people from The Sopranos, I knew Tony Soprano, I knew her. Like, I knew the actress's face. Like, I think she's gonna be an important character, and I can't see her being an important character as a girlfriend to Chris.
Yes.
You know? And Chris, I don't know. He's supposed to become made. Like, they were talking about that a few episodes back, like when Pussy was giving information to the cop that, like, he's supposed to become a made man. I cannot see him necessarily, like, how do I say this? like rising up to that amount, because like he just seems he spends half the time being high, you know, like he doesn't seem responsible. He doesn't seem, I don't know, I mean I think that can change, so
I think that can change. I don't know if it will. I don't know if his story is gonna go down completely Tony's path, or if his story is gonna go down dying from overdose, or his story, like in any direction. I just know that his story is not gonna go down the path where he's gonna become somebody good at something legal, let's say.
Yeah, no. This episode and one of the previous episodes, like where he threw away the script, kind of confirmed that there is not a thing there. Like that is not a possibility, but like for him.
He was still dreaming about it in some ways, and he had Adriana's support to go towards that again. Yeah, you know. But like I think now maybe with Tony's conversation with him at the end, and we saw that he actually get out, sat on the stairs and thought about what he wants to do, if he wants to become a made man,
what life he wants to choose,
exactly, or if he wants to try and pursue this TV career, or in whichever way he wants it, you know. And he turned around and went into the house. I think that like potentially he can become made man if that is all his desires, you know, if he decides that and throw away all the other things that like maybe he wanted for whatever reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of a similar thing that we talked about Tony, like in season 1. I think we talked about this, about him choosing a path that's easier. Like he in a way got screwed over by them, because like they wanted to like use his knowledge, you know, and like use the fact that he has lived this life to like write better scripts and everything, not necessarily like bring his script to life or whatever. And so like that was, you know, a hurdle that you're gonna run into if you want to become something like a writer, director, producer, whatever. Things are not gonna be easy wherever you go, like similar to Tony, who's like, I was not cut out for college. He was not cut out for school, and so like he turned to something that was easier, something that he knew that he had a road into, which was this like mafia thing. And same with Christopher. Like that's why it's so like frustrating, because like you see that there is other ways to live, and he's not satisfied in the way that he lives, so like you would want him to like choose something else, but he doesn't. And like it's a very human story, it's a very common story. Like people in most cases even, I think, fall back on what is easier, and of course that a lot of that has to do with your upbringing. Just
in their cases, like it's not mafia world, you know what I mean. In their case it's not something like in like tragic, like in Chris' case, you know. It's like in whichever way, wherever his life leads, I feel like it's gonna be very tragic, in my opinion, you know.
I agree.
Even though again we saw him killing people and doing horrible things, and he is a horrible human, in my opinion, you know. But like just knowing where he comes from and how he potentially wanted to change his life around, how he is depressed of the life that he leads now. It is very tragic where his life is gonna lead. Either being a mob boss, whatever, you know, a made man, or dying, let's say, from overdose, just like spending his day like that, every day of his life like that, you know. Like
so far, I think that's where I see his storyline going. I don't know, like this is still season 2, and there's 5 seasons to go. Like, so there's a lot of story yet to tell, and like we can completely change our opinion of where this is gonna go. But like so far,
at this point, I agree.
That's kind of where I see his character going. Like I thought it was interesting because also like this whole episode had this other portion of like AJ, who is in school, and he is also in that age where you start thinking about different things. And they were reading The Stranger by Kami. I mean, they translated somehow in our language to Kami, but I think it's pronounced Camus. I think it's Camus, but like I'm gonna say Kami because that's how we know it. He was reading The Stranger. The entire episode he spent talking about the meaning of life because of that book, and like we had to read Stranger. I think it was grade 2. second grade of high school. And I would really like to reread it because like there were some like books that was mandatory reading that I literally read the night before I had to, and so like there was not enough time to process them for me, and like this is one of those books. But basically like that whole book is talking about the meaning of life and how there is no meaning in life, like that life is, well, basically meaningless, like there's no purpose to it, which it doesn't have to be a nihilistic point of view. If someone asks me, like, there is no purpose in life, like you live and you die and that's kind of it, and whatever the fuck happens in the meantime, you make what you want of it. And I don't know if we were supposed to like connect that as well to Chris, because I don't think this shows the type of show that like mentions writers and everything, because like they already mentioned Tennessee Williams and everything in connection to Chris. I don't think this is the type of show that like mentions things, just because. I think there has to be like a connection to potentially Chris, who's like struggling with the meaningless of life. And like in The Stranger, like the main character is very much, how do I say this, like detached from the world, and like he doesn't have many emotions, and he kills this guy for no apparent reason and feels no remorse because there is no purpose to life. His life has no meaning, my life has no meaning, and we're just gonna die anyway, and so that's it. And so like I don't know if there is something to connect that to Chris, maybe even Tony, because again it reverts back to Chris finding it difficult to live in this world that does not have any inherent meaning or purpose, and he cannot find his purpose in life.
Yeah, I definitely think with Chris.
Yeah.
Honestly, with everything that we found out so far about him.
Yeah. The thing with Stranger as well is that like The Stranger starts with I forgot the main character's name. Like it starts with like that line of "My mother died today" or maybe tomorrow. I don't know when it was. That is the part that made me think like potentially of Tony as well, because like he was indifferent to his mother dying. But Tony would not be indifferent to his mother dying. But like I wonder in AJ's mind, did that somehow connect to his dad as well? Because like that he has effectively shunned Olivia away and treats her as if she is dead, and so like AJ maybe is somehow also connecting that to Tony. I don't know. I wonder that. But like, I mean, he was just going through regular teenage angst and stuff. And this is something that like every teenager goes through. It's just like he is not being taken care of in the way that like he is supposed to be taken care of. He took a car and crashed it. And thankfully it was minor. Like no one got harmed. Everything was fine. But like that could have really gone badly, and they know, like Carmela mentioned that like you could have killed those girls, because like he was in the car with all the girls, and he could have killed those girls. So like they know the impact of like what his actions would have done, and yet nothing was done about it. Like I was wondering, what is his punishment gonna be? Like I thought they were gonna react more strongly to that, and like nothing came out of that. And the kid took a car and crashed it. He does not even have a driver's license. Like that was a life or death situation. I think in those tiny moments, like you see how different their world is because of what Tony does as a job and what is considered normal for them.
I mean, I think throughout this whole episode, that was happening with AJ, and not just like that part with the car, but like also the conversation that they did not have with him at any point. I understand that like he's a regular teenager.
And this is my father.
I understand it like he's a regular teenager who goes through like regular things. Like, I mean, I honestly personally don't remember me thinking about purpose of life in that way, but like, I feel like if I did, my mother wouldn't dismiss that conversation the way that like his parents or his grandma has dismissed him.
I swear to God, my grandma would say the exact same thing as Livia.
No, I'm just saying that like I think that he does not have that, like they do not know in this hard types of situations where you need to talk to your child about these things. They don't know how to, like it's not really grandma's job, because grandmas are not the ones who are disciplining their children. But like if a child first does something like takes the car, you don't say, oh, your father did the same when he was killed, that's just like boys being boys. You don't say that, like, and then afterwards your kid comes to you talking about how they don't understand the meaning of life, you know, and like how there is no purpose to anything. You talk to him about all those things. You show him that there is purpose, you know. You help him in a way that you know how to help him. They don't know.
You just talk to him.
Exactly.
Like, you just talk and see, like, why do you think the way that you think? Like, just get deeper into it. And like, we talk about how that they're good parents in terms of like they show up for their kids, you know, they love them and everything.
They're physically good parents because they're there for them.
But like disciplining and putting them on the right path, yes, mentally as well. Like they lack.
I mean, we mentioned
that in this department
many times with many situations before, how they really lack that, and how they probably had similar things in their families where they didn't get emotional support about many things. So like that is something that they don't know how to do to their children, or they don't even know they should provide emotional support to their children.
I mean, Tony does not understand what fucking emotional support is.
Yeah.
Like, what, from Olivia?
Yeah. And so again, that is another thing that we see with AJ, and with the bad parenting, meaning like that can reflect badly on AJ and his life in the future, let's say.
I really don't know where the kids are gonna end up. Like, that is really my question, because like,
I mean,
everything that we have, no, but like everything that, how it seems like, they're not gonna end up in a great place unless they, I don't know, maybe Meadow, because like if she goes away to college somewhere far away, then she is
just like how Barbara did, you know, like
basically that's the only way, I think.
The best things of everything, and ended up having a nice family, living a normal
she learned
life.
How not to be a parent.
Exactly.
And she tried her best to be
different,
I'm sure.
Exactly.
And does not
but
get
like
involved.
Janice and both Tony in completely different ways, but like
toxic people.
Exactly.
And it is what it is. I think this is all the time that we have.
Yeah.
My dad is here. My friend is here. My sister's here. I can't keep him locked up in the kitchen,
this was a short review, but actually it was not that bad.
I 70 minutes. Yeah, we're fine.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.